Good morning, my dear students. So, welcome to Royal Palace PU College. So, in this class, we have to study the another concepts like we called it as the reproduction related concepts. We have studied already about the how a reproduction mechanism is helps for the organisms. Due to the result of reproduction, what it will be produces a new young one production. Like these, how it is occur in the unicellular organisms and multicellular of the plants and many of the vegetative reproductions and asexual methods in monerians, protists and fungal members, how they are involved. So these we have observed in the last class. So let us study how that sexual reproduction can be occur in the organisms of flowering plants. So that it indicates the sexual reproduction. The sexual reproduction in a flowering plants. So sexual reproduction, how it is occur in the flowering plants. So let us discuss the sexual reproduction, how it is takes place in flowering plants. It means we have studied the sexual reproduction, a brief discussion, like we called it as the sexual reproduction is a fusion of male and female gametes and fertilization, zygote formation and embryo development. Like juvenile phase, they are involved in juvenile phase and reproductive phase, likewise in the senescent phase. And the three events which are take place during the time of sexual reproduction, like pre-fertilization and fertilization and post-fertilization changes. So all these kind of events we have observed in a brief manner in the chapter of reproduction in organisms. So let us discuss about how that reproduction is occur, that sexual reproduction is occur in the plants of flowering. So on the earth region, flowering plants, it means it comes under the angiosperms. The plants of angiosperms. Because angiosperms are the class of the plant kingdom which have the ability to produce flowers. None of the other classes like algae, they won't produce us the flowers. Likewise in the bryophytes, they also won't produce us the flowers. Likewise in the pteridophytes, they also not produce us the flowers. And the gymnosperms also, they won't produce us the flowers. The flowering character can be seen in the plant kingdom only the class of angiospermae or angiosperms. So basically, what are the sexual parts in the angiosperms? It indicates flower is the part. Flower can helps for sexual reproduction. So according to this chapter, sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So sexual reproduction has to be occur in the structure of flower. That's why the flower is the reproductive part. The flower, in flower, it helps for the sexual reproduction. So flower we called it as the is reproductive part of a plant. In plants, there are different parts, like we called it as the vegetative parts and the floral parts. The vegetative parts, like we called it as a root and stem, branch, leaves. These we called it as the vegetative parts. When it comes to the floral part, that floral part we called it as a flower. So inside these flower, how the floral parts are arranged? The floral parts are arranged like a oral manner. The floral parts are arranged in a oral manner. The floral parts are arranged in a oral manner. In a oral manner. Oral, it indicates a sequencing order. The oral, it represents a particular order. It means it is the first sequence or first order, then the second order, then the third order, and the innermost region, fourth order. So like the first order or first oral of the flower, the first oral called as sepals, and the second oral called as the petals, and the third oral called as the stamens, and the fourth oral called as stigmas. They are arranged in a oral manner. The outermost oral we called it as the sepals, and second oral of the flower we called it as the petals. In the third oral of the flower we called it as the stamens, and the fourth oral of the flower we called it as the stigmas. Like in a sequencing order, in a flower, if we have to observe the outermost oral in a sequencing order, this we may consider as the outermost oral. This outermost oral we called it as a sepal. Inner to this sepal, the presence of petals. The petals are very attractive structures which will help for the pollination to attract the insects. And the third oral, inner oral, we called it as it is a stamens. And the innermost oral we called it as it is a stigma. So it is a first oral, and it is a second oral, and it is a third oral of the flower, and it is the innermost oral called as stigma. Like 4 orals can be seen in the flower. Those flowers called as bisexual flowers. So if you have to observe, all these four parts has to be present only in bisexual. But if it is unisexual, either of stamens or stigmas will be present. During that time, only 3 orals will be present. Now, like the sexual reproduction, here you may observe these 2 orals, we called it as the, one it is a sepals and petals. These are called as non-essential parts of the flower. Non-essential. Of flower. These are the non-essential parts of the flower. In a flower, the sepals and petals are non-essential. And the stigmas and styles we can consider as essential parts. Of the essential parts called as stamen and stigmas. Why we called it as these are non-essential and why these are called as essential, whether they are helping or not for the plants, like these kind of the questions will be arise. During that time, we have to consider this essentiality and non-essentiality depends on sexual reproduction. Whether these are not necessary for the plant means they are required, but they are not involved in sexual reproduction directly. But indirectly they are helping for sexual reproduction. Let us take a part called as sepal. A part we called it as a sepal. So that sepal can help for protection function. The sepals, if you have to know the functions of these plant parts or the flower parts, one it is a sepals. So these sepals also can consider as calyx. Their major function is a protection function. Protection of flower during bud. The major function of the sepal or calyx, we called it as the protection function. When it will be protected? During the time of a bud condition. While a flower is a bud condition, during that time it will perform the protection function. It means what it is protecting? The inner parts. Like the inner parts we called it as the petals and stamens and stigmas. All these parts can be protected by a sepal, which is mostly it is in green in color and gives the protection function. The second part of the flower we called it as the, it is a petal or corolla. So these petals or corollas, it indicates to attract the insects for pollination. These are the second oral and to attract. Their function is to attract insects for pollination. So the pollination mechanism should be occur by the help of colorful structures. Mostly the colorful structures are present, we called it as the petals only. While you have to observe these sepals called as the greenery colored and protective function, if they are
number should be depends. Either 2 sepals are present, 3 or 4, 5 or 6. Like a variable species has composed of variable number of the sepal number. If those sepals are in a free manner, we called it as the free sepaloid condition, like a sepalless condition. And if those sepals are becomes gamocephalous or the polycephalous condition, or like polycephalous, it indicates free sepals are present, and sepals are fused gamocephalous condition. Likewise in petals also, the petals are more number which are free sepals, like a polypetalous condition, and the petals are very attracted manner, we called it as a gamopetalous condition. So directly they are not involved for the sexual reproduction, that's why we called them as the parts called non-essential parts of the flower. In the flowers, the sexual reproduction we called it as. Now you have to observe in case of the third whorl, it is a stamen. The stamen also called as an androecium. This androecium is a male reproductive part of the flower. It is a male reproductive part of the flower. It is a male reproductive part which will produce us the male gametes. We called it as androecium or stamen. And when it comes to the another innermost part called as a stigma or gynoecium. So this gynoecium is the innermost part, and we called them as female reproductive part. The female reproductive part of the flower. So like the flowers will help for the sexual reproduction in the plants. So by the help of those plants or the flower structures only, the sexual reproduction can be seen in the flowering plants, like we called it as the angiosperms. So like you have to observe in case of these parts, and where we can how to sexual reproduction observe in the different plants. What is this sexual reproduction? So this sexual reproduction is nothing but a fusion of the gametes by release of male and female reproductive structures, and fusion will be occur, and that result in a formation of the seeds and fruit formation. These developments can be seen in the flowering plants after fertilization. So let us these structures, those we called it as the petalus, sepal, calyx, corollus. Now we have to observe sexual reproduction in flowering plants. In plants, is called as the amphimixis. So the sexual reproduction first observed by a scientist, sexual reproduction studied by a scientist called as the Camerarius, the name of the scientist. is the name of the scientist who found the sexual reproduction in the plants, and he has identified the stamens are the male gametes and the stigmas are the female reproductive parts. So, and these sexual reproduction in plants like amphimixis or amphimictic, they shows the amphimixis or amphimictic. The amphimixis or amphimictic. So, these sexual parts, if you have to observe how they are arranged in a oral manner, in the sense like at the central part we called it as it is a stigma, and the third whorl we called it as the petals, stamens, so these structures we called it as the androecium or the stamens, and then the presence of the petals, and the formation of the sepals. So, like these structures can be seen, and it is a thalamus region. And these parts we called it as the green colored structures we called it as the sepals, and these yellow bodied structures we called it as the petals. You can mention it as a sepals or calyx, and these are the corolla or the petal, and these are the stamens or androecium, and these are the stigmas called as gynoecium. So, let us observe the different parts which are present in the flower. If you have to observe the longitudinal sectional view, the LS of a flower, there we can observe the different parts. Those we called it as the thalamus is the basal part which will give the supporting to the flower, that we called it as the thalamus. Then the greenery structures called as the sepals, which are the protective structures during the time of bud condition. Then it is followed by the second whorl called as the yellow bodied structures called attractive structures called it as petals. Then inner to these petals the presence of the stamens, inner to these stamens the presence of the gynoecium. This is the androecium and it is a gynoecium. The androecium is the male reproductive parts and the gynoecium is a female reproductive part of the flower. These are the different parts present in the flower structure. So, these question they may ask for the 3 marks, the diagram, draw a neat label diagram for the theory examination. So, that is why we have to know the different parts present in the flower, and 4 parts are present which will performing different roles in the flowering plants. So, if these 2 will be protecting and pollination performing, and the inner 2 parts these are helping for the sexual reproduction. So, thank you for watching this video, and let us continue the remaining concepts how the sexual reproduction is occur in the next class. In the flowers how the process is occur, that we will discuss in next class. Thank you.